مني النفس وعيديها واجمعي الرقاع وعديها. And then he said, cheer thy soul and promise it, and collect the papers and count them. Manni and nafsa is from manna yumanni tamniyatan, meaning to make it wish and tamanna and give it raghbat and desire. In the Quran, Allah says, وَلَأُمَنِّيَنَّهُمْ وَلَآمُرَنَّهُمْ فَلَيُغَيِّرُنَّ خَلْقَ اللَّهِ. Tamanna dilana. So give tamanna and wish and hope to your nafs. Don't lose hope, don't be despondent. तर्जमा कर दिया cheer up. Please चने पैसे लाइट खोलिन दरवाजा खोलेगा. कोई आवाज़ नहीं इधर से. आ साइड लाइट ऑफ करे पहले साइड नहीं रवा दे. खबर बनने हो काम करे बोला. जी. وعيديها. عيديها is amr from wa'ada ya'idu idatan. From ya'idu, amr comes id. And from female, idi. So manni nafsa wa'idiha, cheer up, give some hope to yourself, and promise it. Wajma'i riqa, collect the papers. Wa'uddiha, adda ya'uddu addan. وإن تعدوا نعمة الله لا تحصوها كألف سنة مما تعدون, to count. فقالت, she replied, لقد عددتها لما استعدتها. Truly I counted them when I asked them back. فوجدت يد الضياع قد غالت إحدى الرقاع. I found that the hand of losing and abandoning has destroyed one of the papers. لقد عددتها, truly I did count them. عد يعد. لما استعدتها, استعاد يستعيد استعادة طلب العود. When I ask to return them. فوجدت يد الضياع. ضاع يضيع. ضياعا means to lose, to abandon, to destroy. So the hand of destruction has قد غالت, destroyed one paper. غال يغول غولا, अचानक हमला करके हलाक कर देना. To destroy someone suddenly. पीछे आया था ना मुख्तालीन. मुख्ताल इख्ताल यख्तालु, अचानक कत्ल करना. إحدى الرقاع, one of the papers. فقال, he said, تعيسا لك يا لكاع أنحرم ويحك القنص والقبس والزبالة. Woe unto you, perdition to thee, O wretched one. Are we going to deprived of the prey and the net both, and the brand and the wick? Ta'isan laki, ta'isiyat asu ta'asan, barbad ho jana, tu barbad ho jaye. May you be destroyed. Perdition to you. Ya laka', laka' ki ma'na la'ima, kamini, O kamini, O wretched one. असल में लकिया यलकाउ लकान means to do something stupid, and himaqat, it also means la'uma yal'umu lu'man, to be kamina. So laka is muannas. So, O kamini, wretched one, perdition to you, destruction to you. أنو is حرف استفهام. النحرم حرم يحرم حرمانا محروم करना. ويحكي is جملة معترضة بمعنى ويلك, woe unto you. Woe unto you, should we be deprived of al-qanas. Qanas, qanisa. Qanasa yaqnisu, qanasan means shikar karna, to hunt. So qanas means the prey, the hunted animal. And al-hibala means the net in which the animal was to be caught, like a lion is caught in the net. So are we going to be deprived of the prey and the net? وَالْقَبَسَ وَالذُّبَالَ, and the brand and the wick. Qabas means fire, shola. So you went to take fire from the neighbor, but you didn't bring fire, but you lost that the piece of wood which you took as well. Qabas mana fire, and zubala. Zubala asal mein, in the candle you have that rusty string, that's called azubala. So we didn't get the fire, but we are deprived of the wick as well. Innaha ladighsun ala ibbala. Indeed, this is a new handful to the already load we had. Dighsun, jama adghas, it means a mixture of firewood. And because in that firewood, different types of wood is gathered: small, large, thick, thin, useful, useless. Everything is gathered in there. That's why it's called a gattar. एक छोटा गट्ठर है बड़े गट्ठर पर. It's a new handful. And ibbala is means a large firewood and logwood. This phrase is used to say musibat upon musibat. There was already one musibat, or we covered another musibat. I was already carrying large firewood heap, and you've added more on it. So indeed, this is a new handful of load on top of the one which we were already carrying. فَانْصَاعَتْ تَقْتَصُّ مَدْرَجَهَا وَتَنْشُدُ مُدْرَجَهَا. So the old woman hasted back, searching her path which she had taken, tracing it, and seeking her scroll. In sa'a yansa'u insiya'an ke ma'na raja'at bi sur'atin. Sa'a al-qawmu saw'an yani atahum min nawahihim, to come from all sides. So she hastened back. Taqtassu, iqtassa yaqtassu iqtisasan, to follow footsteps. Following the footsteps of her madraj means her track. Daraj yadruju darajan means to take a road. So madraj is isme zarf. It means the route which she had taken. In which areas, which sufuf did she go? So she rushed back, looking for that, and following her track and searching for her scroll. Tanshuru, nashad yanshuru, dhundna, talash karna. Mudraj, the piece of paper on which the poetry was written. Falamma danatni, so when she came close to me, qarantu birruq'ati dirhaman wa qit'atan, I connected with the paper a dirham and another piece of silver. Danatni, dana yudani mudanatan, yamana qarib ana, from dana yadnu dunuvan, to be close. So when she came close to me, I connected with the chitti paper one dirham and a piece of silver. وقلت لها إن رغبت في المشوف المعلم وأشرت إلى الدرهم فبوحي بالسر المبهم وإن أبيت أن تشرحي فخذي القطعة واسرحي. If you have any desire for the polished and engraved, and while saying this, I pointed to the dirham, then reveal to me the secret which is obscure. And if you will not to explain, then take the piece of silver and be gone. In raghibti, raghiba yarghabu raghbatan, raghiba fi shay'i, to desire for something, to have raghbat of something. Fil mashuf, shafa yashufu, shawfan means to polish something. So al mashuf means that which is polished. Al mu'lam, a'lama yu'limu i'laman, to engrave, because a dirham is normally engraved with names and signs like the pound coin. And I pointed towards the dirham. Wa ashartu, waw is haliya, whilst I pointed towards the dirham. فبوحي بالسر المبهم, باح يبوح, بوحا بواحا means to open up, to be exposed. But when it is connected to ba harf jar, it doesn't remain lazim, it becomes mutaddi, and it becomes fi'l mutaddi. So instead of being exposed, it means to reveal and to expose. Then reveal to me as-sirrul mubham, the secret, sirrun, secret, al-mubham, abhama yubhimu ibhaman, abhama shay'a akhfahu, which is kept makhfi and obscure. This raz and secret which is obscure. وَإِنْ أَبَيْتِ أَبَا إِبَاءً, to refuse. And if you refuse, أَن تَشْرَعِي, to explain and clarify, then فَخُذِ الْقِطْعَةَ, take the piece of silver, and وَاسْرَحِي, سَرِيحَ يَسْرَحُ سَرَحًا, to go and leave. Because that piece is not as valuable as the dirham. فَمَالَتْ إِلَى إِسْتِخْلَاصِ الْبَدْرِ التَّمْ وَالْأَبْلَجِ الْهِمْ. So she inclined towards getting of that whole full moon and the bright faced, the large. माले मीलू माइल होना, इस्तखलस यस्तखलिसु इस्तिखलासन, कि माना छुड़ाना, हासिल करना. Al badru tim, badrun means full moon, and timmun from tamma yatimmu tamaman, complete, the full complete moon, the whole full moon. Well, ablaj, ablaj, ablaj literally means the one whose both eyebrows are separate. The opposite of ablaj is aqran. One whose eyebrows are both connected is called aqran, and whose eyebrows are separate is called ablaj. So because a coin has two sides, heads and tails, that's why it's called ablaj. And himmun literally means the old one. Himmun is used for a shaykhul fani, an old man, because coins become old, older than normal people. They go on for years and years. That's why a coin is called old. So she leaned towards acquiring the whole full moon and the bright faced, the old and ancient dirham. وقالت دع جدالك وسل عما بدالك. And she said, leave your contention, arguing, ask whatever appears in your mind. Da is from wada'a yada'u, to leave. Jidal, quarreling. Jadala yujadilu mujadalatan wa jidalan. فلا رفسق ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج. وسل عما بدالك, and ask whatever you will, whatever appears in your mind. فاستطلعتها طلع الشيخ وبلدته والشعر وناسج بردته. So I asked of her the reality of this old man and his city and the poetry and the one who had woven its mantle. استطلع كمان استخبر سأل. استطلعت I asked of her. طلع الشيخ اسم من الاطلاع يعني خبر الشيخ أخبار الشيخ. I asked her about the information of the Shaykh and his city, and about the share and nasij burdatihi. Nasaja, to weave. Nasij, the weaver, the one who weaved its mantle. فقالت, she said, إن الشيخ من أهل سروج وهو الذي وش الشعر المنسوج. Truly, the old man is from the people of Saruj, and it is he who beautified the woven poem. Washa yuwashi tawshiyatan, to broider, to beautify. الشعر المنسوج, the poem which was woven. ثم خطفت الدرهم خطفة الباشق ومرقت مروق السهم الراشق. Then she snatched the dirham like the snatching of a hawk and shot away like the shooting of an arrow, shooting of like the darting arrow. خطيفة يخطف خطفا كمعنى ucak lena, to snatch. And خطفة منصوب بنزع الخافز, like the snatching of a bashiq. Bashiq معنى तेज परिंदा, मुराद यहाँ क्या hawk, flies very fast, very speed. She snatched the dirham like the snatching of a hawk bird, and maraqat, maraqa yamruqu muruqan, to shoot away like the shooting of a samur rashiq, a darting arrow. Maraqa yamruqu tezi se nikalna, samun tir, and rasha yarshuqu rashqan means to shoot arrow at speed. فتخالج قلبي بأن أبا زيد هو المشار إليه وتأجج كربي لمصابه بنازليه. Now it troubled my heart that perhaps it is Abu Zayd to whom it is pointed, and my grief kindled at his mishap with his eyes. خالج يخالج مخالجة. خلجان means to strike, a thought to appear in the heart. So it troubled my heart that Abu Zayd is musharun ilay, the pointed one, and the indicated one. وتأجج كربي, تأجج के माना भड़कना, मेरी मुसीबत भड़क उठी, and my grief was kindled like the fire is kindled limusabihi, because of his musibat and being struck and mishap with both his eyes. وآثرت أن أفاجئه وأناجيه, and I preferred to get to him suddenly and talk to him. لأعجم عود فراستي فيه, so that I may test the quality of my firasat, discernment, upon him. Athara yuthiru itharan, tarjih dena, to give preference to something. Faja yufaji mufaja'atan, ki maana achanak koi kaam karna. I prefer to get to him suddenly and speak to him. Naja yunaji munajatan, to speak and whisper, to whisper to him, speak to him softly. Li'ajuma ajama ya'jumu, ki maana to check, so that I could test and check. Oud, stick. Firasat, discernment, meaning my sharp mindedness, my firasat, and my thought regarding him. Was I right or was I wrong? Is it Abu Zaid or is it someone else? So that I may check the quality of my discernment regarding him. وما كنت لأصل إليه إلا بتخطي رقاب الجمع المنهي عنه في الشرع. But I was not able to get to him except by jumping over the necks of the congregation, something which is prohibited in Shariat. بتخطي وصل يصير to reach. تخطى يتخطى تخطيا to jump over and take steps. رقاب plural of رقبة, the necks of the congregation, and it is forbidden to jump over the shoulders and necks of people to get to the front saf or to get somewhere. وعفت أن يتأذى أو يسري إلي لوم, and I was unwilling that people should be annoyed by me or that blame should arrive to me. عفت عفا يعاف عيفا بمعنى كره يكره كراهة, to dislike. I disliked and I was unwilling that يتأذى بي قوم, some people be hurt by me, annoyed by me jumping over them. Now the old woman jumped, people wouldn't blame her, but she was going round and round the sufuf. Now I could not go jump over the necks of people. أو يسري علي لوم, or and I did not like that any malamat and blame come to me. فصدقت بمكاني, so I cleaved to my place. وجعلت شخصه قيد عياني, and I made his form the fetter of my sight, meaning I continued to just keep my eyes focused on him. चलो यहाँ से बाद में पढ़ना, बस अधिक तुझे शुरू से तरह मगर लो. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Then the old man said to her, cheer thy soul and promise it good, and collect the papers and count them. She said, truly I counted them when I asked them back, and I found that the hand of destruction has destroyed one of the papers. So he said, perdition to thee, O wretched one. Shall we be deprived? Woe unto you from both the prey and the net, and the brand and the wick. Indeed, this is a new handful over the load. So the old woman rushed back, retracing her path and seeking her scroll. So when she drew near me, I connected with the paper 1 dirham and a mite, a piece of silver. And I said to her, if you have desire for the polished, the engraved, and I pointed towards the dirham, then reveal the secret which is obscure. And however, if you refuse to explain, then take the piece of silver and be gone. So she inclined towards getting of that whole full moon and the bright faced ancient dirham, and she said, quit your argument and ask of what you desire, what appears to you. Whereupon I asked her the information of the old man and his city, and about the poem and the person who had woven its mantle. She replied, the Sheikh is from the people of Saruj, and it is he himself who broidered that woven poem and beautified it. Then she snatched the dirham like the snatching of a hawk and shot away like the shooting of a darting arrow. So it troubled my heart that Abu Zayd is the one to whom it is indicated, and my grief kindled at him being struck with in his both eyes. And I gave preference to get to him suddenly and talk to him softly so that I may test the quality of my discernment regarding him. But I was unable to reach him except by treading on the necks of the congregation, something which is forbidden in Sharia. And moreover, I was unwilling that people should be annoyed by me or that blame should arrive to me. So I cleaved to my place but made his form the fetter of my sight. Shakhsahu zatahu. Qaida, qaid means fetter, and iyan means muayana, mushahada, nazar, meaning I kept my eyes fixed on him. إلى أن انقضت الخطبة وحقت الوثبة, until the sermon ended and to leap him was lawful and right, and everybody finished and everybody was going. فخففت إليه, so I ran towards him. خف يخف يخف خفة معنى हल्का होना, to be light. It means here to run, because when a person is running he is light, and when he is walking he is heavy. So I ran to him. وتوسمته على التحام جفنيه, and I examined him in spite of the closing of his eyelids. توسم ताड़ना, التحم जुड़ जाना, जफन जमा जुफून अजफान माना पलक, eyelids. فإذا المعية المعية ابن عباس وفراستي فراسة إياس. I suddenly noticed that my shrewdness was like the shrewdness of Ibn Abbas, and my discernment was like the discernment of Iyas, meaning it was as I had thought. Tawassama tarna, iltahama jurna, jafnun eyelids, al-ma'iyatun sharpness, shrewdness, and zakawat sharp-mindedness. My sharp-mindedness was like that of Ibn Abbas, and my firasat was like the firasat of Qazi Iyas. बस बाद में पढ़ लेना फ़ारफ़्तहू से. ओके, समझ में आ गया सब? अब कितने पेज रह गए? 2, 3, 4. कल मंडे ट्यूसडे है ना, ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे, हाँ तो 2 दिन में पूरा कर लेंगे इंशाल्लाह. फिर थर्सडे को और कर लेना. ओके, अस्सलाम वालेकुम. फिरासत को तर्जुमा किया discernment, sharp